Today we're going to be looking at the most underrated Magic the Gathering creatures for less than $3. We're going to start off today with Old Boy suggestion, Ardbert, Warrior of Darkness. This is a 3-mana 2/2 Spirit Warrior that came out of the Final Fantasy set. Whenever you cast a white spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each legendary creature you control. They gain vigilance until end of turn. So be playing with a lot of legendaries, and whenever you cast a black spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each legendary creature you control, and they gain menace until end of turn. They're going to be attacking through you. Also, they be blocking really hard. Next, let's take a look at Toads likes Old Growth. I actually like that card too. To be honest, it is not the most underrated card because it actually saw quite a bit of play in Pioneer, but now is like completely fallen off the map because I don't think that green deck exists anymore. But this is a triple green 4/4 trampling troll warrior. When it dies, then it comes back to the battlefield as an aura on one of your forests that taps for double green. And then you can pay 1 and tap, sack the land to get a tapped 4/4 green troll warrior creature token with trample. So it's like the troll didn't even die in the first place. It's a super underrated card. Definitely should be in everybody's green decks. Next up, we've got... John is a huge fan of the Spinner of Souls. We're working on a budget today, people. Working on a budget. And the budget is going to be great. Maybe we can even make an entire deck from $3. Spinner of Souls is a 3-mana 4/3 Spider Spirit. Reach. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may reveal cards from the top of your library. Until you reveal a creature card, put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So if you hate your stuff dying, you feel like you're flooding out because you're actually running out of resources, well, the Spinner of Souls actually has the answer for you. As your good stuff dies, you just keep revealing cards till you find something to replace it. Just got to make sure you protect the Spinner of Souls at all costs, because that's the thing that's keeping your board that's the thing that's keeping the gas coming. I didn't never really associated a spider with keeping the gas coming, but I guess it spins some web to keep finding things in its trap. Next up, we got Christopher B with the Mercfiend Liege. Mercfiend Liege. I've never heard of this thing, despite the fact that it's been reprinted multiple times. For 5 mana, it's a 4/4 horror. Other green creatures you control get +1/+1. Other blue creatures you control also get +1/+1. Untap all green and or blue creatures you control during each other player's untap set. There's so much talk. What was the card that got banned that untapped all your stuff? It's not Seedborn Muse. It was the Courser of Crucifix, I believe. Courser. This is basically, it's Courser of Crucifix. If you squint your eyes enough, it's basically a Courser of Crucifix, but it's a lord. In fact, it's a double lord for your creatures that are Simic, because if they're both blue and green, they both get the buff. That's a really cool idea. And you know what? You get extra mana if some of those creatures are mana dorks, because you're untapping them during each other player's untap step. I highly approve of this thing. Next up, we got Meme Brule with Kinesos, Priest of Thassa. Thassa card, another deep sea favorite. I'm aware of a lot of Thassa cards, but not this one. I guess because it came from Jumpstart. It's a 2-mana 1/3 Merfolk Cleric. Now, if you would scry a number of cards, scry that many cards +1 instead. So we scrying 2, we're going to be scrying 3 instead. For 4 mana, look at the top card of your library. If it's a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent creature, you may put it onto the battlefield. If you don't put the card onto the battlefield, you may put it on the bottom of your library. Fascinating. So you can also dig for those serpent creatures. It reminds me of Elvish Piper, except this is at instant speed. Also, this is actually, in some cases, a lot better than Elvish Piper because it doesn't have summoning sickness. Think about it. The only downside is you got to stack your deck first. Step 1, stack deck. Step 2, Kenosis, Priest of Thassa. Put gigantic... Oh, wait a minute. This thing's like $9... I've been talking so much. This is like $9. This has to be less than $3. Too much chatter. All right, disqualified. It's gotta be less than $3, people. This is no wonder this card is so expensive. It's too good. Almost too good. Have we ever done a most overrated MTG cards for 10? We have never done. That's interesting. It'd be a bunch of reserve list cards like City in a Bottle or some crap like that. You know what? I think I might be interested in making a show like that. That's a good idea. Steve Cooper with the crafty cut purse. Most overrated. For $10 or something, something like that, you know? That sounds funny. Crafty Cut Purse is a 4-mana 2/2 human pirate. This is a pirate? Where's your ship? You're complete. Your ship is gone. You're on land. How can you call yourself a pirate? Flash. When Crafty Cut Purse enters the battlefield, each token that would be created under an opponent's control this turn is created under your control each turn. This is a banger. Oh, you're expected to get a bunch of treasure tokens? No. It's my treasure tokens now because I am so crafty at what I do. Steve Cooper, most overrated cards over $100. Yeah, we could have a lot of those cards. It's probably just the most overrated cards for a certain amount of money, period. There be pirates? I don't know. I guess the pirates have to go on the land at some point. Nikachu, you bury the treasure on land, bro. Okay, you got me. Or you bury the rum. As Captain Jack Sparrow might say. Where'd the rum... But why is the rum gone? Wow, it's so sad. In 2025, we're calling this as an underrated card. Voice of Resurgence. You know, if we took a time machine back to, I don't know, when did this thing come out originally? I think, well, let's look at Dragon's Maze. 2013. Wow, that was 12 years ago. It was a super popular card, one of the best. It was the chase rare out of the entire set. For 2 mana, it's an elemental. Whenever an opponent casts a spell during your turn, and when this creature dies, create a green and white elemental creature token with this token's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. So generally speaking, like it was like one of the original cards that said, don't play cards on my turn, all right? Don't counterspell my stuff. Don't interact with me. If you do, you're going to be punished super bad. You're going to give me this giant elemental. And I have to admit, I sort of fell into this trap many times thinking, oh, it's elemental. Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. It's just going to be an XX or something. But then you forget about all the other tokens on the battlefield. You forget about new cards that can come from their hand. And all of a sudden, this token is like an 8/8 and a serious problem. I don't even know what cards cost these days. Good. Some people can live better knowing live better knowing or not knowing what the cost of cards are these days. Puts too much pressure on a lot of people. We got Bee Autism with Blinking Spirit. Blinking Spirit is a 4-mana 2/2 for 0. Return Blinking Spirit to its owner's hand. That is interesting. This is very unique for anyone who wants to basically have not infinite ETBs, but this is the creature version of not Aboro. Is that what I'm thinking of? Yeah, Palace in the Clouds. So Aboro Palace in the Clouds is for landfall, I think, what Blinking Spirit is for the ETB synergies for a lot of decks. So if you're looking for just if you have a lot of mana, you got a lot of creatures, and you just need more ETBs for one reason or another, think nowhere else than Blinking Spirit. Put it under Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Ooh, and give everybody else the ability to return the thing back to hand. That is sick. That's a great idea. That's synergy. Next up, we have Indiana Jones with Ornithopter. There is no way I'm considering that underrated. That is a highly rated card. Still played everywhere right now. Super played everywhere. Next up, we'll go to Trent Sims, Mirror Entity. This has been reprinted because it's so popular. Whatever. Okay, 3-mana 1/1. If you need something to buff up your entire board, this is what you do. You play the Mirror Entity. Because for X, until end of turn, creatures you control have base power and toughness XX and gain all creature types. The creature type thing, it doesn't matter so much. Buffing the entire team, finding a way to win the game with a bunch of dinky 0/1s, 1/1s. Mirror Entity's got your back. Mega Mika with Ulamog's Crusher. Oh! Pretty sure this is like a pop. I can't remember. Some popper decks might have played this card. 8 mana for an 8/8. Annihilator 2. Ulamog's Crusher attacks each combat if able. You're looking for an Eldrazi on a budget? This is probably one of the best ones with Annihilator. People hate Annihilator because it's broken. Well, here we go. It's on an 8 mana 8/8. It's not particularly impossible to cast. No, Ornithopter was very underrated in the 90s. Okay, well, that's fine, but I'm talking about today. Back in the 90s was super underrated. I always liked it. I think, I agree with you. Ornithopter was probably just considered straight crap back then because it didn't have the synergy. They didn't have the affinity mechanic. But after the affinity mechanic, it's not underrated. This is not a way back in time show. That's all I'm saying, Indiana Jones. It's not a. This is a today show. M Nation with Trainer Drone. Trainer Drone. It does not exist. Okay, we'll go to Toilet Duck. Our Amy Rose. The Hedgehog? The Hedgehog? So 4 mana for a 3/3 with haste. Oh, poor Amy, not getting enough love. Even though she's so fast. Whenever Amy Rose attacks, attach up to 1 target equipment to her. Wow! Then up to 1 other target attacking creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is Amy Rose's power. This has to be like a staple in every Boros equipment deck. How do you not play Amy Rose? And I know there's a million of you out there. I don't know if enough of them know about this card. Amy Rose is funny. She can take an enemy. Oh, I didn't even know that. Attach up to 1 target equipment to her. Oh yeah, it could be anything. I just assumed it was something that you owned. That is funny. Very, very funny. It's Training Drone. Okay, let's look up Training Drone. There we go. We found it. And by me, I mean Mega Mika. We have 3 mana for a 4/4 drone. It can't attack or block unless it's equipped. What the heck? I think this thing sort of sucks. It's it's literally a 3 mana 4/4, which is pretty sad. Plus, it's a vulnerable 3 mana 4/4 because it's both an artifact and a creature. And I'm not allowed to attack or block with it by default. Oh, I guess some people like the Training Drone. I have no idea where you would play this where it actually becomes good. Lord Jarek says, World Breaker. The card, you know what, this is interesting. This card is very good. It sees only play in Tron decks, but probably should see way more play outside of that. It's a 7 mana 5/7. It's got the Void. When you cast the spell, you exile an artifact, enchantment, or land. All right, you got it's Stone Rain and it's Disenchant wrapped up all in one. Also has Reach, which I always forget about as I attack with my flying creatures into this damn thing. And it also has the ability for a colorless and 2 generic sack a land to return this card from your graveyard back to your hand. So, I mean, you can't keep a World Breaker down. It's back to break the world over and over again. Griffiano says, I think Boros equipment players are probably playing that Final Fantasy one, Raboon, the Red Bull, or whatever his name is. But you can still, you can always throw your Amy Rose into the 99. You don't need to build a whole deck around her. Bryce with Emrakul's Messenger. It's like Giraf's Messenger, but colorless. I only know one Messenger in my head. Okay, this is a 2 mana 2/1. It's an Eldrazi Fairy Rogue. What? That's really going out there with the what's it called? The creature types. Now, whenever it's got flying and devoid, whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sack this creature, add a colorless. So whenever you draw your second card, it's okay, mana ramp. It's not bad. It's a blue card. We love playing blue. We love drawing cards in blue, and we like random extra mana at the same time. You know, in a 0/1 Eldrazi sign, it's like a lotus petal that can block. Think about it. Think about it. That's all I'm saying. Dangerous one. Being dangerous today. Guys, touch. Deserves reprint, in my opinion, at least in EDH. Not on the reserve list, and it's just under $3. It's a 2 mana enchantment. You may play an additional land during your turn if that land is a basic forest. So the more basic forests you have in your deck, the extra lands you get to play. Sacrifice, guys, touch. Oh, to add double green to your mana pool. So it's almost like you're storing. It's almost like the card's free. You put 2 mana in this, you get the 2 mana back later. It's almost like a storage card. And also an exploration of some sort. Is exploration that I'm thinking of? I think that's the card. 1 extra land drop per turn. Nikachu raising market prices with this. I don't think any of these shows have raised the market price to anything. I have sometimes through my tournament finishes ended up raising the price of some cards, but just sometimes. Has not happened very often. Yeah, it's only creatures. Oh wait, it's only creatures. This is not a creature. Yeah, we're looking at creatures. Oh, disqualified. It's gotta be like Emrakul's messenger. Ooh, good catch. I'm not catching things. Next up, we got Griffiano with Raban. The Bowl of Ala Migo. It turns out he's pretty cheap. The word is nasty. Very nasty. 2 mana. It's a grizzly bear at 2 mana, 2/2. It's a legendary human warrior. Ward pay life equal to Raban's power. So we're going to be paying 2 life for the time being. But when Raban attacks, attach up to 1 target equipment you control the target attacking creature. But so it could be anybody. Could be Raban, could be somebody else. Here, take this. It's dangerous to go alone. Take something else. Final Fantasy had a big thing for the equipment. I didn't realize this, but this was like a huge equipment buff set. Next up, we've got Mark Butler with is that really underrated? Isn't that like one of the most reprinted, most highly played cards of all time? It's like a little power crept out of the game, but I think that is a very accurately rated card. Very accurately rated card. Hence the bazillion. How many reprints do they have? Like, it's so rated that we all know what it does without it. It's got flying, it's got lifelink, and it's got death touch, and it's a 2/3, and it costs a black and 1 generic. So we all know it's got, like, look at how many reprints. Oh baby, oh baby, oh my god, oh my god, oh my. There's a promo. I didn't even know there's a promo. It's the same background, more or less. They didn't even change the art after all that entire time. Yeah, Nika, I swear I didn't look. I swear I didn't look. Tresaru, Deadwing Scavenger. Deadwing Scavenger. There we go. This is a 3 mana 2/2 Nightmare Bird. For 3 mana. Okay, it's a 2/2. Flying. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. So we're going to be looting all day long. Threshold, when this creature gets so when you have 7 cards in your graveyard, this creature gets +1/+1 and has death touch. It's like, you know what this is? This is the looting version of a Vampire Nighthawk for the most part. But you don't have the death touch in advance. Also, you don't have any lifelink. But the looting can be very, very good. The looting is great. Next up, let's take a look at Hexanort Jackal. Genius Geneticist. Surprisingly fun card to build around. I'm sure of it. It's the Grinch! It's the Grinch. The Grinch in his lair, ready to steal Christmas away from Spider-Man, I think. Okay, it's a 2 mana 1/1 Trampler. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value equal to Jackal's power, copy that spell, except the copy isn't legendary, but then put a +1/+1 counter on Jackal. With the idea, like, okay, if you want to keep this train going, you want to keep the momentum going, you need to have many different mana costs in your hand in order to keep it flowing. What does it do? It just put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's it. Cast a spell. Oh, but you do get the copy of that spell. And 2 is better than 1. Jackal is played in Simic midrange and standard. Oh, already seeing competitive standard play. Okay, we got Zodix, actually. TTV with Tiny Bones. The Bauble Burglar. What is Tiny Bones stealing today? It's a 2 mana 1/3 Skeleton Rogue. Whenever an opponent discards a card, exile it from their graveyard with a stash counter on it. Sounds like what a lot of dogs do with a lot of food that they like to keep in the backyard. During your turn, you may play cards you don't own with stash counters on them from exile, and mana of any type can be spent to cast those spells. Also, same thing with squirrels. They like to bury their stuff. They like to put stash counters on everything. I feel like squirrels, they probably stash more food than they could possibly eat. In their lifetime. They die before they can eat their entire stash. We also have one extra ability. For 4 mana, tap. Each opponent discards a card. Activate only as a sorcery. I guess that's how we're forcing discards. But we also can do it with, Wheel of Fortune or something like that. Sounds also good. There's probably a million ways of making everyone discard their hands. Tiny Bones, I'm rattled. Badoomsh. I have to institute. I have to get all my other I don't have all my sound effects online yet. Okay, we have Kano with Cyclone Summoner. Cyclone Summoner, a 7 mana, 7/7 giant wizard. When Cyclone Summoner enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, return all permanents to their owner's hands except the giants, wizards, and lands. Wow. The wizard's too strong for the Cyclone Summoner. Even though they summoned everything back down. It's like, so it, oh, wait. Is this just Cyclonic Rift, the creature? Is that what I'm gathering here? It's 7 mana. Return all permanents. All permanents? Cast from your hand, return all permanents? It's Upheaval! Oh my god, it's danger! Am I missing anything? Enters the battlefield. If you cast it from your hand, which why not, return all permanents to owner's hands except the giants, wizards, and lands. This thing is insane! How is Upheaval banned and nobody cares about this card? Giant deck loves just play this card! You like start the game with a 7/7 in play. You can't cheat in play. That's fine. You know how many times I have mana? I don't cheat Cyclonic Rift in play either. Not lands. Turn all permanents. So it's not. Oh, they put lands over here. It's weird that they say all permanents. It's still great. You know what? This is an amazing card. This actually should be my thumbnail. Really like this one. Yeah, they stuffed it. Usually it's like return. They should have said return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands except for giants and wizards. I don't know why I have to stick the lands over here. So the templating is a bit strange for me. Yeah, it doesn't return the lands, and that's infinitely less annoying. Okay, yeah, it's just Cyclonic Rift, the creature. Because who the hell is gonna have a giant on the battlefield? That's weird. Random Mage with a crone. The crone horse? The crone horse? Is this any good? 4 mana 0/4 defender. When it enters the battlefield, you give it to an opponent. They gain control of it. And at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent creates a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Okay, yeah, it's probably a fun card to have in Commander. I always look at this card as in a 60 card format. I was like, this card sucks. This card has sucked since the beginning of time in Theros. Beginning of time in Theros. Okay, next up we've got we'll get Mercenaries, Rakdos, Augur Mage. 3 mana for a 3/2 human wizard with first strike. Tap, reveal your hand and discard a card of target opponent's choice. Why? Then that player reveals their hand and discards a card of your choice. Plays ability only anytime you could play a sorcery. Okay, so this is some weird hand discard, but you could build your deck around this where A, you don't care what your opponent takes from your hand, or B, you don't even have anything in your hand that your opponent can take anymore because you've already played all the relevant good stuff. And you can do... No, you can't do this at upkeep. No, you can't do this at draw step. Only plays a sorcery. Still good. Still very fascinating. Oh, is this an invitational card? Who is that then? I don't know who this is. Yeah, I get it. It's a human wizard. I just don't know who this pro is. Underrated pro. We've got K Green here with Errant and Gaida. Or Gyada. Okay, we got... Ooh, it's a Azorius card. 2/3 Human Angel, Flying, Flash. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast spells with Flash or Flying from the top of your library, which could be a lot of cards. So it is a Future Sight? It's a Future Sight for Flash and Flying creatures. That's a lot of creatures. That's good value. I just need one for Island Walkers. Pabna with the Super Chat. Plume Creed Escort. Great against removal happy decks, but I never see anyone else playing it. Oh, I know this type of card. Okay, 2 mana, 2/1, Flash Flying, but when it enters the battlefield, target creature control gains hexproof until end of turn. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh, I thought this was going to be like a bouncing card. Like when it enters the battlefield, you have to return a creature back to your hand. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this card. You know what's probably the problem? It's it doesn't have the right creature-based synergy. One day when there's like Scout Kindred or Bird Kindred and it becomes big, this card's going to end up being an absolute banger. You just wait. You wait, Pabno. Everyone's going to know the power of the Plume Creed Escort. Yeah, it just protects a creature, plus it's a random 2/1 body. It's just that if we can make more use of this Bird Scout, that would be even better. Otherwise, it's just a random 2/1 in the air. Oh, I clicked Indiana Jones first. I'll get to you, Indiana Jones. Redemption, Veteran Explorer. Is that under $3? Oh, it is under $3. Okay, green 1/1. When it dies, each player may search their library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield. Then each player who searched their library this way shuffles it. It's actually a legacy staple, believe it or not. Benovsky, Fearless Fang. Nice art. All the Final Fantasy art was pretty nice. 3 mana for a 2/3 human warrior. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. This ability triggers only once each turn. What is this? This is like Ketramos, isn't it? This is like basically like Ketramos. Like when stuff goes to... I guess that's a bit different. This one says when the cards leave your graveyard. So, I mean, they could actually go from the graveyard to the battlefield. Ketramos is like just anything going to exile. But very often they're exiling cards from the graveyard. This is pretty neat. There's a million ways to cards to leave the graveyard. Whether you reanimate cards, flashback cards, delve cards. There's plenty of ways to do this. Even though it's only once each turn... No big deal. You can do it on everyone else's turn. I guess the 1 life sort of sucks, but it's got to be the card can't be all pure upside. The only Aussie in the Final Fantasy Pantheon. Is there Australia in Final Fantasy? Good night, mate. I came from Australia. Okay, next we've got... our sponsor segment, starting with FusionGamingOnline.com. Do you love Magic the Gathering cards? You like buying them? You know where you get your underrated creatures for less than $3? You get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. Why? Because I am an influencer, and I am sponsored by this wonderful, exquisite local game store. Deal of the week this week, save 15% off all Murders at Karlov Manor singles, but you don't have to just get singles. You can get sealed products and get singles also from Spider-Man, Avatar, Edge of Eternities, Final Fantasy. Speaking of Final Fantasy cards, you can also get the Final Fantasy cards from FusionGamingOnline.com. I get all my singles for Modern, Pre-Modern, and Commander here. But I'll tell you what I do. I'll tell you my secret sauce when I purchase cards from Fusion Gaming. I use coupon code Nikachu at checkout so I can get 5% off all my purchases. Very smart decision. And do with that information as you will, especially since it will support the channel if you use it. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Pre-Modern is a new format to Magic Online. You can play Pre-Modern, Pauper, Standard, Pioneer, Legacy, Modern, Vintage. And you don't have to own all the cards because you're just renting them with Mana Traders. You can support the channel by using my coupon code Nikachu_JUP for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. Okay, let's get back to the underrated $3 cards. We love hot singles. Hot singles in your area. You better believe it. Okay, we got the Minkoa. Ooh, Spell Starter Sprite. I agree. I actually played with this card a little bit for the last few years in Modern. It's a 2-mana 1/1 Flash Flyer, and when it enters the battlefield, counter targets spell with converted mana cost X or less, where X is the number of fairies you control. Just with Spell Starter Sprite, I actually think it's worth it. You can counter a lot of relevant 1-mana cards, but you can also hit 0-mana cards. So, you know, Lotus Petal, well, not Mana Crypt anymore. But okay, I nailed a lot of like Crashing Footfalls and Living End from Cascade decks with this card. I actually really like it. Spell Stutter is OP. Well, actually, you know, it's the cheapest version is from the list. I'm actually really surprised. Who the hell is playing this card? Is it like a commander staple that I don't know about? Oh, it's a Pauper staple. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. It's actually a very fairly rated card. Damn. 2 rated. It's like the best card or one of the best cards in the Pauper Fairies deck. Okay, I have to disqualify it. It's too powerful. Too powerful for this show. I was thinking of it outside of Pauper. Should see more play. I'm with you. Okay, Lestian with Emmett Selch, the Unsundered. What is a sundered person? If this one's I don't even know what sundering is. I gotta look this. I'm looking this up. What is sundering? Sunder, split apart. So this guy's not split apart anymore. That's what I'm getting at. 3 mana for a 2/4 Elder Wizard with Vigilance. When it enters or attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. That's good. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 14 or more cards in your graveyard, you can transform this guy into the 6/6 Hades Sorcerer of Eld. Vigilance, Echo of the Lost. During your turn, you may play cards from your graveyard. If a card or token would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile instead. I think this is an all-around great value card. The hard part about it is just getting to the 14 cards in your graveyard. That's the tricky part. Pabno says in Final Fantasy XIV, basically the original world was split into 14 different dimensions, and each person was 2. This guy was not. Oh. I know everything. I know all the dimensions. Sounds like I gotta play Final Fantasy XIV. I want to play the classic Final Fantasies, but those are the ones where you have to grind super hard and super long for. William with Jace's Archivist. 1 mana instant speed windfall is really slept on if they let it live. That is true. Which I mean, you know what? Honestly, I think there's a lot of people that might want to let it live. They'll look at their hand and be like, "This sucks." Oh, you have a problem though. You have a big problem. This card's way too expensive. It has to be $3. Like the cheapest we got here is like $7. That's how good that card is. I had no idea. I had never seen this card before. I could have swore I heard about it. But I thought it was something else. Maybe it was Jace's Archive that I was thinking of. Sorry, I gotta disqualify that one. Too expensive. Yeah, too much money. It was too big money. Not very underrated if so many people are buying it up. Buying it big. Voltlin, the Scavenger Regent. What the hell is it? Exude Toxin? Is this like an adventure, but they're not acknowledging it's an adventure? I don't get it. So it's, okay, Scavenger Regent is a 4 mana 4/4, Flying Ward, discard a card. Then we've got Exude Toxin over here. I'm guessing is this just a split card? I can't tell if this is going on an adventure or not. Exude Toxin, black, X, sorcery. Each non-dragon gets -X until end of turn. Great for a, I guess very good for a dragon deck. Oh, it's an omen, so it's... Oh, the omens go back into the library. Shuffled instead. Why would they do that? I thought we were like trying to move away from shuffling our deck too much. And they're like, Wizards is like, let's shuffle some more. I love shuffling all day, all night. Griffiano's like, these are all standard staples. What, even this one? I've never seen this one. I honestly don't play standard. Standard, it comes, it goes. It always dies. It has to die to make way for the new cards. Talathar, Abyssal Gore Stalker. The Abyssal Gore Stalker, a 6-mana 6/6 horror. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices 2 creatures. This is like a super version of... I can't remember what it was. There's a creature that when kicked... And I think it's like half the price of this. When kicked, like everyone sacks a creature. Modern is forever. Yeah, to some extent. Standard is a rat race to the bottom. You could say that, honestly, you could say that about every format. There's no difference. Standard is now a rock, paper, scissors environment format. Hey, it's better than rock versus rock, which it could be. We do have Ancestral Recall instead. That's right. You have Ancestral Recall. It's pretty powerful. Oh, William was like, Archivist was €1 on Card Market, and I never heard anyone talk about it. All right, you know what? Okay, we'll go back. Hold on. Okay, let me finish this one. Abyssal Gore Stalker. It's pretty neat. It's basically a board wipe. For the decks that just don't flood the board with creatures, this will wipe the board from a lot of people. Okay, we'll go to Jace's Archivist. Apparently on Card Market, it's worthless. I'm gonna double check the homework later, William. I'm gonna double check your homework. I can't do it right now. So it's a 3-mana 2/2, and for a blue tap, each player discards their hand and draws cards equal to the greatest number of cards a player discarded this way. Windfall every turn. And then like this plus Mind Over Matter. Boom! Think of the possibilities. Who has no card yet? Or does everyone have a... Kalantara's Third Path. Third Path. Iconoclast? It's probably underrated now. This was a very popular card when it first came out in the Brothers War. I haven't seen it since. It's a 2-mana 2/1. Human Monk. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. It's basically like a young Pyromancer-ish card. So if you're in an environment where like the 1 toughness is not in danger, 1 toughness cards sometimes, if you're gonna run into Bowmasters or like 1 damage board wipes, not a fun time. But if you don't, this card's great. Make billions of little babies out of this thing. Aeoli Washington with oh no! Roxanne. I got rocked by Roxanne in a Modern tournament. It's a 5-mana 4/3 cat druid. Enters the battlefield or attack. It's a little hard for me to wrap my head around. You create a tapped, colorless artifact token named Meteorite. When this Meteorite enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target and tap to add 1 mana of any color. So you're making like a super mox that shocks things. And it happens whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks. You get the super mox. She puts on the red light and green light. Red light! Green light! Red light! Whenever you tap an artifact token for mana, add 1 mana of any type that artifact token produced. Like, does this card need to have so many words on it? This is a very strong card. Completely beat me to a pulp. Next, we got Disbelief Papyrus with Ether Plasm. Seems pretty good to me. Okay. We have a 4-mana 1/1. That's a little bit below standard, but okay, we're going to give it a chance. Whenever Ether Plasm blocks a creature, you may return Ether Plasm to its owner's hand. If you do, you may put the creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, blocking that creature. I have no... I gotta say no. This thing's awful. Because here's my biggest problem with this card. It's so expensive. It's also so weak. It's just a 1/1. And someone has to attack into you to activate this thing. Yeah, it's reverse ninjutsu. Yeah, we block instead of attack. But the biggest problem is if no one attacks you, then you never have an opportunity to block with this thing. Also, if you have no cards in hand, then your opponents are free to attack into this. What do we got here next? Magnum Opus Gold with Memnite. How is Memnite underrated? That is like one of the most heavily played cards in the game. It's a very, very good card. Bell with Withered Wretch. I love it in pre-modern. Oh yeah, this card's very strong. Black for a 2/2. It's the Scavenging Ooze of the format. And in fact, it could be Scavenging Ooze in any format. 1 mana, exile target card from a graveyard. Gain no life, though. But still, not a lot of graveyard hate in pre-modern. We got Termus with Lazav. The Wearer of Faces. Sounds disgusting. It puts the lotion on their skin, or it gets the hose again. Lazav, Wearer of Faces, is a 2-mana 2/3 shapeshifter detective. When Lazav, Wearer of Faces attacks, exile target card from a graveyard, then investigate. Ooh. Unfortunately, no ETB, but still, it's like graveyard hate, but plus card advantage. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, you may have Lazav become a copy of a creature card, exiled with it until end of turn. So we're exiling cards we want to clone. We're taking a sample. Anyone still play Among Us? I still watch the videos. We're turning into the morphling. That's what they call it. This is the morphling. It wears the faces. Literally goes to get the faces and puts them on. Wear of faces, but no disguise. Maybe a slight flavor fail. Maybe a slight flavor fail. Can we look at one of the bringer? We got a name of bringer toads. The bringer of something. We got Corey Marino Games with Spore Frog. I think more people should join the Spore Frog religion. Green 1/1, sacrifice Spore Frog, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. If you're in any sort of deck that could like reanimate this thing from the graveyard back onto the battlefield, hey, it's worth playing. Also makes people think twice about attacking you. It's like, well, do I really want to waste my attack on this guy? He's got this damn Spore Frog. Oh, what's interesting is, I didn't realize this. You can mess up attacks against other people. So even if they're not even attacking you, they're attacking someone else. And I'll be like, nah, you know what? I think I need this person in the game. Crack my Spore Frog. It's actually more... Okay, so it's actually more playable than I thought. Even I think it's underrated. Oh, who else? We got... Yeah, I think we're up to no... We're now moving on to no 2 cards yet for people. Go Magnus Opus Gold! You can get it! Get back in there! Itali... Do you know how many times... Itali Primal Storm is mentioned every day on my show. There's no way that's underrated. Haste it in and profit. Yeah, I know. It's a very strong card. Isn't Spore Frog more like a fog? Yes. I think that's sort of the joke. It's a frog fog. Okay. Oh, we do have a no card yet here with the unlocked. Aerith. Gain another Final Fantasy card. It's like everyone forgot about these Final Fantasy cards after they got printed. 3 mana for a 2/2 human cleric. Lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Aerith. When Aerith dies, put X +1/+1 counters on each legendary creature you control, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Aerith. It reminds me of Arcbound Ravager, actually. Yeah, this is a great card. I could have swore people were pretty psyched about this card in the spoilers, and they just didn't end up doing anything. Itali Primal Storm is the weaker one. People are usually calling... Oh, okay, let's look up Itali Primal Storm. Oh, okay, you know what? I don't see this one nearly as much. Yeah, 6 mana, 6/6 attacks. Exile the top card of each player's library. Then you may cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana costs. Then you may exile the top card. Oh, I see, okay. 3 cards. And it's free. It costs nothing. All you have to, yeah, like you said, you just give it haste. And it's big value. They're not going to see it. Toads, Bringer of the White Dawn. For you, Platonic Liquid. Bringer of the White The White Dawn is a 9 mana 5/5 bringer. Now you may pay Wooburg rather than pay the mana cost. So it could be just a 5 mana card. Trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target artifact card. Oh, from your graveyard to play. Reanimator. Reanimator for artifacts. Pretty sick. Next, we got Askan Nurmihaka with Venerable Warsinger. Not really sure how people rate this, but I think it's a good creature for less than 3 or even $1. That's what the show is all about. So we have a 3 mana, 3/3 Venerable Warsinger. It's a Spirit Cleric. Vigilance and Trample. Very nice combination. Whenever a Venerable Warsinger deals combat damage to a player, you may return target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of damage Venerable Warsinger dealt to that player. And you get to keep it. You get to keep it for forever. That's good value. Okay, Magnum Opus sold getting back. Ooh, Seki Season's Guide. Is that the combo card? All right, well, we'll put it on here anyway. This is literally a combo card. Do you want to play it without the combo? This is an 8 mana 0/0. Comes into play with 8 +1/+1 counters on it. If damage would be dealt to Seki, prevent that damage. Remove that many +1/+1 counters. But then you get that many 1/1 colorless spirit creature tokens in play. Sack 8 spirits. Return Seki from your graveyard to play. I mean, I guess the card is fine by itself. Totally fine. Totally legal. Felicia, Thorn Vault Forager. It's a squirrel. Getting excited, Toads? Okay, we have a 2 mana 2/2 Squirrel Ranger. Tapped out of green. Wow, anything green just adds mana now these days. Tap Forage, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. What? To forage, exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sacrifice a food. Oh, this is like super fair Deathrite Shaman. Super fair. For 4 mana, tap, search your library for a squirrel card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. So we got a so basically it's a mana rock. It can be a super mana rock, or it can also be a tutor. I like it. Talthar says Seki is a very strong spirit card. It's not underrated. Do you play it? That's the real question. Toads loves the squirrels. Huge fan of the squirrels. Okay, no 2 cards yet. Bryce with Bay Fong's Bounty Hunters. Oh, I have a super chat somewhere here. I won't forget about you, Pacers fan, forever. Okay, Bay Fong's Bounty Hunters, a 4 mana 4/4 human mercenary. Whenever a non-land creature you control dies, Earthbend X, where X is that creature's power. So the land... Oh, we just get a big chunky land. Whenever a non-land creature you control dies... It didn't really die. It became part of the land. The soul... It was like Sauron. Instead of going to a ring, it got... I don't know. The soul became part of a mountain or something. Interesting card. Pacer fam forever. Garrick Pack Leader. It's Garrick's Pack Leader. That thing's bigger than Garrick. And Garrick is like 8 feet tall as far as I know. Probably plays basketball. 5 mana for a 4/4. It's a beast. Oh, it's not even Garrick himself. I thought the beast was Garrick because he's like a beast. He's like LA Beast. Whenever another creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card with power 3 or greater. I feel like this is actually a really good effect. I will admit this. So if you have a lot of these types of cards on the battlefield, you can draw. You like just draw tons of cards out of this thing. Scornful Egotist is not underrated at all. Crystal Pepsi stream when? Some people know who LA Beast is. I don't even know why or how. I ended up watching like, I saw a weird clip on Reddit where they were opening up stir strumming in a car with 4 people, and people were like throwing up all over the place in the car, and that reminded me of like an old LA Beast video. So I went to go check it out. No. He plays baseball. If you ever played baseball, he pulled an MJ to play baseball instead. Oh, you think that's his bat? Is that what you think over here? Okay, next up. Toilet duck with a Brigone. Sorry. Yeah, Brigone. Soldier of Melitas. That is a very pretty art. 2 mana for a 2/2. Human soldier. Vigilance. Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Brigone, Soldier of Melitas, put a +1/+1 counter on Brigone. Tap, remove a +1/+1 counter from Brigone, draw a card. Simple but effective. I want to say, this card is familiar. It's so similar to another card, but I can't put my finger on it. Is there like another card that's like identical, but a different name? My waifu! Your waifu card. Maybe we should have a waifu. I don't know. Like, should we have a waifu stream one day? Only waifu cards. The only theme is the art. That's it. It's just waifu cards. For anyone that wants to collect the waifu cards. These Jumpstart cards look like they were from Card Fight Vanguard. Never heard of it. Griffiano is like, please no. I don't know the crowd that you're part of here, Griffiano. A lot of waifu lovers over here. Next up, let's take a look at... Did we see a Mercenary BDU suggestion yet? Yes, well, I mean, Mercenary got at least one card. We can get another one, though. Magus of the Scroll. Magus of the Scroll. Unless I disqualified the earliest one. There's a red 1/1. Oh, it's Cursed Scroll, but a creature. Pay 3, tap, name a card, reveal a card at random from your hand. If it's the name card, Magus of the Scroll deals 2 damage to target creature or player. That is the most effective way to get around the reserve list. I swear, though, if they reprinted Cursed Scroll today, it'd just be worthless. It would not see any play at all. We can't let the waifu players know that there's more than one anime card in Magic. There's a million of them. A million waifu cards. I'm not putting Scornful Egotist on this show. That's not underrated. That's a junk card. It is junk. Benovsky. Palamecia? Palamikia? I don't know how to pronounce this name. The Emperor of Palamecia. 2 mana 2/2. Human Noble Wizard. Tapped at a blue or red. Spend this mana only to cast a non-creature spell. Now, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on the Emperor of Palamecia. Then, if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, we're going to transform it into the Lord Master of Hell. I thought the devil was the Master of Hell. This is a 3/3 Starfall. Whenever the Lord Master of Hell attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard. Let me read the front. So it's like a mana rock for the non-creatures, which that's pretty good. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. There's 3 or more counters. Okay, and also buffs. Okay, Chest of Treasure's gonna try to troll me with some other card. Mindless Null. I have a feeling this is garbage. But I can't be certain. 3 mana for a 2/2. It can't block unless you control a vampire. Okay, this card sucks. You're trolling me. You're trolling. Big troll. Argentina. Anyone see my message? Trade Wind Rider. I see you. Okay, Trade Wind Rider. This is an old card. 4 mana for a 1/4 flyer. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control to return target permanent to its owner's hand. This was very broken back in the day. Today, not nearly as broken, but still effective. You know, it's basically boomerang for... It's boomerang. You got 3 creatures in play. Just boomerang over and over again. What was the... What's that mechanic called when you attack with 3... Battalion. So this isn't quite Battalion, but you do have to tap 3 creatures, and you get some effect out of it. Pabno's like, that looks very annoying. Oh, you better believe it was back in the day. And then if you missed playing permanents and your land drop, then your lands start getting bounced. Disbelief with Ancient Cellar Spawn. Sounds disgusting. I hope I can redeem myself. I have this card in my Rakdos Lord of Riots deck. Oh, let's take a look at this. 3 mana, 3/3 horror. Now, each spell you cast that's a demon, a horror, or a nightmare, it's going to cost 1 less to cast. All right, that's pretty good. We have a cost reducer. And whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast it was less than its mana value, target opponent loses life. Ooh, equal to the difference. That's going to be a lot of damage. Or a loss of life, I should say. You don't even need to attack. Just cast your cards for victory. We got the unlock with Campfire. 1 mana artifact. Pay 1, tap. You gain 2 life. Am I missing something here? This is like free food. Like food you have to sacrifice. This you don't. You paid 1, then you paid another 1. You tap, you gain 2 life. Now, it's not 3 life, but it's also not 0, and it's repeatable. Pay 2, tap, exile Campfire. Put all commanders you own from the command zone and from your graveyard into your hand. Then shuffle your graveyard into your library. Excuse me? Exile this. Put all commanders you own from... Oh, I see. Okay. It's only your stuff. Why do we want to do that? Then shuffle your graveyard into your library? I don't get it. Oh, I see. If the tax was too high, like the tax was like 10 at this, or it was like 10 or 12, 14, and you're like, okay, I don't want to pay this tax anymore. You crack your Campfire, and you can just cast it from your hand. Oh, it ain't a creature. I got tricked. It's hard to keep track of my own rules here. Yeah, it gets around the commander taxes. Is this real? You get 1 more shot at this. And I will not believe you for forever. The Brine Shaman. It's old. Okay, it's a 2 mana 1/1. Tap, sack a creature. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Okay, you could be sacking a token. Also for 3 mana, sack a creature. Counter targets. That actually is underrated. So if you have like some sort of token strategy, it didn't say a non-token creature. You just you have every creature that's on the battlefield becomes cancel. That's so unusual on a black card. Everything on this feels like maybe not everything. I guess the +2/+2 doesn't feel very blue, but the blue part is very blue. It's more blue than what a black creature should do. Next, it's Kano's Ether. Ooh, the Ether Channeler. I know what this card is because it comes up in my search results when I look for creatures that bounce things. Okay, we have a 3 mana 2/1, and when it enters the battlefield, choose one. We can make a 1/1 bird so that we put 3 power on the battlefield. We can return another target non-land permanent back to hand, or we can draw a card. We can cash in on this card. Is Kitchen Finks underrated these days? It was a staple back in the day. I think it might be underrated by today. Toilet Duck, get a look. Okay, let's look at Toilet Ducks. I don't know how many cards Toilet Duck's gotten so far. Rydia, Summoner of Mist. 2 mana 1/2. Another Final Fantasy card. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Summon for X. Tap, return target saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. This is a beautiful card. If there's one thing I've learned about today's show is that the Final Fantasy set is like super underrated. There's a lot of cheap staples. Despite how much the packs are worth, just buy the staples. They were like dirt cheap. This thing's like 13 cents and you're getting a lot of value out of them. Okay, that's it for today. I hope everyone loved the underrated creature series. As usual, we do these shows weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show. And of course, sometimes your super chats help other people be part of the show. And of course, I got to thank the coffee crew for being here today. Oh, we have a donation. Donation to OU. Okay, this is the very last second donation. Squeezing that right in the end. Marrow Regery? What? I'm trying to bring it back. Donate to Bell. Did Bell say that? Oh, Bell actually did say this. Maregery. 3 mana 2/2. Merfolk Soldier. Other Merfolk get +1/+1, but whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, you may tap or untap target permanent. And I would like to remind a lot of people. So if you have a bunch of 1/1s in your hand, you play them all for free. If you have 2 Maregery in play, you can play all your 2-drops for free, because as you cast them with your lands, you can untap the lands that you use to cast and then play them all. I know, because that's how I use this card. That's how I use it. That's how it's done. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. People like Kano, we got Christopher B, Talthar, Mercenary, Old Boy, Disbelief. We got Talthar, William, Demanger, Chest of Treasures, Bell, Toads, The Unlocked, Kano, Toads again. Who else we got? Bob Talks Bridge. Topics such as April 1st, Evil Nikachu Roast Chat. Okay, sure. Sure, Bob can talk Bridge, but can he play it? We have, who else do we have here? Who am I missing? Maybe Pabno. And that's it. And many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.